What does this say about the state of the industry right now?
Hey, Sherry. Well, it says that while things aren't necessarily great, these lenders have frozen withdrawals, they're in bankruptcy proceedings, et cetera, there are a number in trouble, that there is still some interest in them. So if you're seeing multiple offers, it's showing that there is at least a little bit of life in the industry. So, things aren't necessarily great. There could be more shoes to drop as you get maybe lenders who are hanging on but might get into more trouble, but there is still interest in some of these things.
Meanwhile, the U.S.'s three largest publicly traded Bitcoin mining companies lost more than a combined $1 billion in the second quarter. I mean, it just speaks to the adjustments that we see across the industry, right?
Exactly, and that's to be expected when you have Bitcoin down, about 45% or so year to date. So these miners have struggled as they've had to retool things to deal with the operations, and they were used to Bitcoin being at, say, 60,000, 50,000. Adjusting to it at 20 or 25,000 is a big deal. And yes, you had Marathon Digital, Riot Blockchain, miners like that really struggling in that second quarter.
When it comes to the Fed, they're saying that the banks are wanting to jump into crypto, but they need to do their legal homework first. So for a very long time, we've seen the kind of regulatory side trail the tech, right? The innovation, and even the market. So what are the concerns here?
Yeah, well, the Fed is basically telling financial institutions if they want to get in, they need to make sure that what they're doing, complies with laws, and they need to do their homework first. And that makes sense. It's kind of in line with what most of the big institutions would be thinking anyway. One of their big wild cards in terms of getting into crypto has been any sort of regulatory uncertainty, and so most of them probably wouldn't be surprised by this. But the Fed is definitely saying, you need to make sure that everything's going to work, and there is a lot of volatility in the space, so any big institution would need to think about that before they get into crypto.